Oh, that's my cue. Welcome back to the show. Let's go to line one. Say good morning to the Mayor of Loup, Mayor Headley Ryland. Good morning, sir. You're on the air.
Good morning, Paddy.
How are you?
Not too bad. How are you?
Top shelf today, sir. Thank you.
Sick of this cold weather, just the same, but it's so warming and so nice to hear people like Craig on there and voicing their concerns with the issues facing us here today in Labrador.
Mm-hmm.
Paddy, it's been gone on too long. I mean, it's absolutely totally unacceptable. We can go back probably to the line of war days when the resources was taken out of Labrador and sent to Stephenville, and the IOC is continuing on. We got Boise Bay in our system right now, and what's happening? The resources is taken from there and shipped to Long Harbour, and it's so good to see that those areas in there that's being absolutely booming. That should be, no doubt about it should be in Labrador, and the list goes on. And we got Muskrat Falls coming on stream again, you know, and I mean it's the power that's coming right out of our nose here, not getting any of that. And I mean, it's so nice to hear people like Craig saying that it's time to look at it and say, listen there, let's come together and let's reap our own benefits and from our resources.
Do you think there's going to be more than talk associated with this movement this time around? Because we've heard this for decades. Depending on what the issue was as to why it popped up, do you think it's going to actually get some traction this time?
Yes, Paddy, because we got some smart people coming up through the channels in Labrador right now, some young blood that's coming up, and I'm sure as we got the combined councils coming up here in Lanceclair next week, and I'm sure that's going to be brought up there again. Paddy, it absolutely is totally unacceptable of what's going on, and we're not asking for very much, Paddy. I mean, we're not with the resources that's coming. There's only 28,000 of us, and we're not asking for very much. We got a ferry in the Straits here. That's absolutely, I mean, we got our politicians on talking about Coast Guard and so on and so forth. Yes, absolutely, so on, come on. But listen, let's get to the root of the problem. The ferry that's on here in the Straits here, in the Strait of Ballal, is absolutely not fit to be run. It's an accident waiting to happen. What did the government do back in the Gulf when the caribou and the straw and the smallwood? They took them out of the service there, sent them down to India, and they were only 24-year whole.
Yeah.
And here we are. Here we got a boat here, Paddy, that when she was put there in the Straits, she was 30-odd-year-old plus, and she's over 40-year old now. It's absolutely, I mean, that is a problem. The boat is not fit to be run in the Straits. Paddy, listen, we got pavement here in the Straits that we had probably 34 years ago from the Quebec border to Red Bay right now. And listen, we got potholes in this pavement that we go down. We don't know if we're going to come up. And that is all we're asking for. We're just asking for the basic service that we got. I get out of the ferry in St. Barb, and I'm going to tell you right now, if anybody complain about the Trans-Canada from St. Barb to St. John's, listen, come to Labrador. Come to Labrador and drive for a while. If you're going to complain, I mean, I get out with a ferry in St. Barb, I drive right to St. John's, absolutely phenomenal, wonderful, wonderful stretch of road. And we come here, and that's all we're asking for. We're only just asking for those basic services. Paddy, listen, yep. Here in Loup, I've had a proposal into the system to government for water and sewer. Still got homes here in Loup that's not serviced by town water and sewer, and they've been turning us down. And now, listen, I haven't said all this, Paddy, just let me tell you. Some of it probably is our own fault. Because we had an opportunity again a little while ago to put someone on government side to get into where the pot of money is too. And what did we do? We put them in opposition. We did the same thing in Labrador. What did we do? We put them in a third party where we had someone around the cabinet table. But some of it is our own fault. But at the same time, with all the resources and all the revenue that are coming out of Labrador, that's all we're asking for, just a basic service.
No one is deciding or outwardly saying that you shouldn't get the basic service. Everyone on all of the shows, everybody knows that when you were 100% reliant on that ferry service, and for it to be as unreliable as it was, not only the vessel itself, but the access to the Coast Guard icebreaker in the middle of winter when they're in for retrofit or refit, is something patently wrong with it, and I think everyone's on side with that. I don't even know if that qualifies as a Ireland versus Labrador issue. Do you?
No, but well, I would say probably is an essential service, no doubt about it, because I mean we got to have it in order to. Even though I can go on, even though we got to have it to get to the home. Yep. Now I know that we can go up around the other way and have access to the rest of the world, but at the same time, look at the drive. Petty, it goes on. It's so good to hear that is people interested in looking to take care of our home, either through territorial status or somehow or another that we can reap the benefits of our resources.
And I think that is the fair part of the conversation. It's also fair to include in that, and this once again is not me versus you, and I mean Ireland versus Labrador. What is the fair distribution of the money created and or generated in Labrador? That's the conversation that we never have. Most people who correspond with me, whether it be on Twitter or my email, or sometimes here on the phone live, is they say you should be in control in full of the wealth created by the resources of Labrador. And I don't understand where fairness and that comment come to meet. Do you? Because I mean, I don't think it makes any sense. How about you?
No. I'm not going to say at this point that we should be in full control. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But we're not. We're getting absolutely nothing, Paddy. I don't see anything coming back at us from our resources.
Yep.
I just said it to you. I mean, here we are. I mean, we got no ferry service. We got no road service. I mean, it's absolutely, totally unacceptable, and that's all we're asking for. That's all. That is the bottom line. Give us the basic service.
Yeah, the fair the fair treatment is a legitimate, and why wouldn't it be? And that's for everyone who's a citizen of the province and anywhere else in any jurisdiction of the country. The fairness is completely legit. Then the debate can become the legitimate one of what is and what is not fair, and whether or not fairness has been the order of the day or it has not. And I know you're up for that mature, rational discussion just based on what you've said here today, Mayor. And so that's what we're always open to having here on the program. If it's the hell with the island and they all hate us and we should separate and control all our own money, my goodness, sure, I don't know where the sensibilities come into that conversation. But the way you put it forward today, completely interested in it every day.
Absolutely. I don't care what you call us. You can call it Newfoundland, Labrador. You can call it whatever you like.
Right.
But at the same time, no. Once we're being treated fairly, we got fair ball.
Every time, sir. I appreciate the call this morning, Mayor Ryland. Stay in touch.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. All the best.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Mayor Hedley Ryland, the Mayor of Loup.